SOS. All right, we are live and direct. I am Steddy P by way of Indyground Entertainment, and I am sitting here with Cynthia McManus all the way from Tucson, Arizona. What up?
What up?
All right, this is actually my homegirl, everyone. So both of us is trying to hold shit together. Shout out to the Show Me Stay and all our family and friends. So if you don't know, now you know. Cynthia is a very good friend of the Indyground community, our Indyground brethren and shit. Sis out there holding it down. She is the owner of Lilith and Daughters Jewelry Company. Some of the stuff is behind her right now, as you can see. And she worked with us on an SOS Toxic project. So we wanted to break down a couple things for the people to know. How you doing today, Cyn?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I know we were just talking recently. What you got going on today in the area out there?
So it's gearing up for Christmas. So I'm doing a lot of markets, selling my jewelry and stuff. I've got like 4 coming up. And then I decided to organize my own at a local hotel out here. That's like a boutique, you know, hipstery, modern kind of place.
Far.
Inviting a bunch of friends to come and do that too. So I'm really geeked about that.
Right. It's always better with friends. You know what I'm saying? Am I right or wrong, or did I notice that your homegirl in St. Louis, Natalie, might be kind of doing some of the same thing? Maybe I'm right or wrong.
Yeah. So she's making jewelry too, and we're actually because it's getting close to Christmas and it's already hustle season. It's been, but after New Year's, she and I are gonna like start collaborating on some jewelry stuff, and I'm super excited about it because she does really different shit than me, so it's like we can kind of play off of each other.
That's convenient. Yeah, like for those that don't know, Natalie is the wife of Mr. Tivis. They are Mad Real Mondays original alums. So I always like to shout out Columbia Brethren and Mad Real Mondays, because that's the house that raised me. Yeah, like collabing and I noticed that you said, you know, you're bringing also other friends into your new situation to kind of help you sell. I know recently you flew home to St. Louis to join us at Grow Fest and stuff. Tell me about your experience.
I actually drove. I rented a car and everything and drove because I had so much stuff.
Because you had the stuff.
Yeah, because
I didn't even realize that's right. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I had to haul all of that stuff. So I rented a Prius, which was great because it saved me gas money. But yeah, I wanted to come out for Grow Fest, obviously, to support all my homies. But then also, it's kind of a cool thing because I'm always doing stuff here in Arizona.
Yeah.
And it was kind of a homecoming for my jewelry too, because I went to college in Southern Illinois. I've lived there for like 13 years. And I had been making jewelry when I was in college and I never sold anything. So it was a really big deal for me to be able to come back to the Midwest and bring my stuff and like finally sell some stuff. Like that felt really good for me because it was just, you know, a full circle kind of thing.
Yeah.
And the fact that I got to share that with you, like that was really fucking special. I loved it.
And people don't realize, like, I maybe kind of know what I'm doing. So it's like, just for all y'all to know, like when the merch table was set up, the Indyground table next to Cyn's, Cyn was driving in the traffic, okay? Cause even if it's a solo woman or the girl with the man, hey, they had to come to the table. And Cyn was killing it out there in St. Louis. I can't wait to have you back.
I definitely want to come back. That was really awesome.
Man, so I know that I reached out to you originally for this record, and a lot of folks don't know. Originally, I wanted it to be some sort of art and illustration stuff, and then when I started talking to you, I kind of understood, but then I didn't. And then you started building these art pieces that are incredible, right? And a lot of people, even right now, they've never seen this. And we're going to be sharing a whole photo shoot, but it's a 3-frame topography. Triptych.
Yeah, triptych.
And it's 3 parts, 3 panels. Here's one panel, SOS Toxic. A lot of y'all don't know that I reach out to Cyn to help me explain this album concept. So SOS is Sultan of the Secular. That bar comes from the Gonzo song. So this guy is Sultan, and Sultan was designed and made by Cyn herself, Cynthia McManus, and she made the shit. This is the first frame, right? And then comes the second frame. If people are familiar with Picture Perfect Broken Home, there is a song called Broken, and you are in the middle of the sea. Now, me and Cyn are so close, she knows intricacies of this shit. It's kind of like Titanic meets The Middle Passage meets Pandemic, and all of y'all's on this boat getting fucked up. But that is the middle panel. There's 3 parts. Obviously, the middle passage being the middle passage. Also, shout out to Immortal Technique. And anyone that knows anything about the history of the slave trade, the middle passage has a lot of deeper meanings all the way to the Titanic movie. Ink, ink, there goes the nerd in me. On the third frame, and understand we're gonna break these all down in detail, but this is the first of a 3-part interview. On the third frame is when they get to land, when they get to sea. Now, all of us know that Gonzo been here, but this Sultan guy's coming in, and this record represents these guys kind of clashing, if you will. And Sultan ends up killing Gonzo. And that's a rough quick breakdown of it. But tell me about your experience of me reaching out to you with this assignment.
Oh God. So you Instagram called me on, I think, January 26th, and it was like 11:45 my time. So it was like midnight for you, maybe 1 a.m. And I was already in bed.
If it's
like,
if it's 11:45 your time,
yeah,
that's 1:45 a.m. my time.
Yeah. So you called me. I was in bed already, like done with the day, just like scrolling my Instagram feed, and I get a call from you. And the mom in me was like, something's wrong.
Something's wrong.
Something's bad. If he's calling you at 11:45 at night, something is wrong. So I like hopped out of bed and I told my husband, I was like, it's Steddy. And he's like, is everything okay? And I was like, I don't know. And I went in the kitchen and you were just up being you.
Yeah.
Being you. And you were like, I need help with this art thing. And I was like, I need details. And then you were just like, all right, here. And I think we talked for 2 hours.
Yeah.
The first time. And you were like, I want there to be a ship and it's called SOS Toxic. And there's this character Sultan and Gonzo is dying and it's about fatherhood and growing up and all this stuff. And I'm like, I was in bed, half asleep, and you throwing all this at me right now.
Like this motherfucker right here.
This is what's happening right now. So it was funny because we talked for 2 hours, and at one point I think I grabbed a piece of mail and started writing notes on it because I was like, I'm not going to remember this shit because we were everywhere talking about stuff.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I'm going to send you 3 tracks, and I want these to be kind of like an audio mood board for you. I don't think you used the word mood board, but I think I did.
Yeah.
So you sent those to me, which was really cool. And I
said it was the mood. That's like, this is just my mood.
Yeah. You're like, these are just like soundtracks. There's no lyrics on them. Just listen to them, see what it creates. Yeah. And you sent them to me, and I think I listened to them in the order that you had them listed, like where you just pick the files and put it in the email. Sure. Which is funny because I didn't change what order they came in for the pieces.
Oh, so, crazy. That's nuts. Okay.
Yeah. So I listened to those, and it was crazy because I was just listening to them, and there's, one track sounds like something, because I have synesthesia. So like, I can taste colors, or certain words have a color, or you listen to music and it creates a picture in your head. So when I was listening to them, all of them had a very different feel, but they also somehow matched and kind of grabbed these ideas out of my head that you had given me during that phone call of like, this track is for this part.
Right.
And I think I started drawing the next day. And I sat down with my iPad and I started drawing ideas. And like, it all became one piece and turned into a story that if you listen to these tracks in this order, it's those pieces.
Yeah.
So
amazing. I mean, you smashed it. And you know, as we got closer to the record, I realized too, especially without like, I guess, spending on the say the manufacturing end, it wasn't going to be possible to package all three of them together and then be delivered digitally, and it have like the impact that it deserves, right? But the thing that's crazy is, like, we feel like not only did the artwork turn out crazy, but the photo session turned out crazy. So we do have a lot of options in house, and I would really like to see some vinyl get printed with both. So you have one where it's a full 3-panel and you have the art, or if we go like, we move that outside or inside, and you have 1, 2, 3 with the photos, and then when you open it, you have this, or that's on the outside, and then when you open it, you'd have the photos. And I think that's like kind of what is going to end up happening. Because again, it's the panels that have to get delivered. You know, this is like a first world art problem. This is a good problem where everything turns out, and I'm like, man, we're gonna save some money this time. No, wait, we're gonna spend more money this time.
I love it.
Absolutely can't help it. But I definitely know how these things go. And Indyground.live and Indyground community, we're trying to deliver, you know, you guys some really good quality content. So again, this is going to be the first part of a 3-part interview series on the Cynthia McManus from Lilith and Daughters by way of Tucson, Arizona. Could you do some drops? See, in this world, we say do some drops. You know, drop your mixtape. Where can we find you? Right. Where can we find you on the internet? Website, Instagram. Tell me what's up.
Oh my God. So I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I have a website. So for the jewelry, the website is www.lilithanddaughters. I say Lilith because that's how you have to spell it, is Lilith. Right. But I'm Jamaican and we say Lilith. We say Lilith.
Jamaican.
Jamaican.
Lord mercy.
Lord mercy. Down by the beach, boy.
Right.
That's so stupid.
But hey, this is where we at right now.
Anyway, yeah, I have an Instagram. It's Lilith and Daughters. Facebook, I don't really use. For my personal art, for non-related jewelry stuff, it's at Synthesizer87. So I have 2 Instagrams. One's just for jewelry, one's for like art and weird pictures and stuff. So that's where you can.
Synthesizer87's a cold piece too. Y'all got to hit that John too, because that's who did all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And we'll definitely make sure that you're fully linked under all of our posts and stuff, and make sure that the Indyground community can find you, come get some stuff. And shout out to my favorite. That's the marijuana earrings back there.
Oh yeah.
That's a cold piece. You got to check out the story, y'all. Right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, it was great talking to you today. Until next time.
You too.
Until part
later.
2.
Part 2.
I hope you see the. I hope you see the. I hope you see the.
Recorded.
My edible just kicked.
SOS